Highlights of Semi-Final at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament. Elena Rybakina and Jessica Pegula pose for photos before the semi-final between Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and Jessica Pegula of the United States at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 7, 2025. Xinhua/Wang Haizhou. Elena Rybakina, greets Jessica Pegula after the semi-final between Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and Jessica Pegula of the United States at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 7, 2025. Xinhua/Wang Haizhou. Elena Rybakina celebrates after winning the semi-final between Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and Jessica Pegula of the United States at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 7, 2025. Xinhua/Wang Haizhou. Jessica Pegula hits a return during the semi-final between Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and Jessica Pegula of the United States at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 7, 2025. Xinhua/Wang Haizhou. Jessica Pegula hits a return during the semi-final between Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and Jessica Pegula of the United States at WTA Finals Tennis Tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 7, 2025. Xinhua/Wang Haizhou. The semi-finals of the WTA Finals are often where legends are born and hearts are broken, and this year was no exception. Under the glowing lights of Riyadh's state-of-the-art court, two electrifying semi-finals unfolded that showcased the very essence of women's tennis: grit, glamour, and pure firepower. As the stands filled with roars and every rally drew gasps, the four remaining women stood on the edge of destiny, each carrying her own story, her own hunger. The semi-final stage is no longer about ranking or form. It's about survival, legacy, and the ability to play your best tennis when the world is watching. This is the story of how the semi-finals of the WTA Finals 2025 became a roller coaster of emotion, drama, and supreme athleticism, a pair of matches that left fans around the world breathless. Act 1. The calm before the storm. The crowd in Riyadh was electric before the first ball was struck. Banners, camera flashes, and rhythmic chants filled the air as fans of all nations waited for their heroes. On one side of the draw stood Elena Rybakina, the stoic Kazakh powerhouse with ice in her veins and thunder in her forehand. On the other, Jessica Pegula, the quiet assassin from the United States, whose precision and composure had carved her a path through the tournament. In the other semi-final, the matchup had fans buzzing. Aryna Sabalenka, the reigning #1 and defending champion, versus Coco Gauff, the teenager-turned-superstar who had conquered hearts with her maturity and spark. Their rivalry had been brewing all season. Sabalenka's raw force against Gauff's supreme athleticism and tactical brilliance. It wasn't just about who would reach the final. It was about who would rise when it mattered most. Match 1. Elena Rybakina vs Jessica Pegula, HS match at 120 mph opening salvo. The first semi-final began under the warm Riyadh night sky, with Rybakina serving first. From the very first game she made her intentions clear: booming serves, flat forehands, and ice-cold demeanor. Pegula, ever the strategist, absorbed the pace with textbook precision, counterpunching with deep, controlled rallies. What unfolded was a breathtaking exchange of styles: Rybakina's first strike power versus Pegula's relentless consistency. Each point was a small battle of wits. Pegula anticipated angles, moved gracefully, and countered the Kazakh's power with surgical depth. But Rybakina's serve, clocking at 125 miles per hour, often rescued her from tight situations. After 12 intense games, neither player had blinked. The first set went to a tiebreak, the perfect encapsulation of their balance. In that breaker, Rybakina unleashed 3 unreturnable serves and a lightning backhand winner down the line to seal it 7-6-4. The crowd erupted, half in awe, half in disbelief. Pegula looked up at her team, nodding slightly. She knew this wasn't over. The second set, Pegula fights back. Great champions don't fold after losing tight sets, they adjust. Pegula came out for the second set with renewed focus, taking time away from Rybakina by stepping inside the baseline. Her returns began landing deeper, forcing Rybakina into uncomfortable defensive positions. The American broke early, her quiet determination radiating through every shot. "Let's go, Jess," shouted a fan, and she responded with an ace down the tee. For the first time, Rybakina's composure wavered. Her backhand clipped the net more often, her rhythm faltered. Pegula capitalized ruthlessly, serving out the set 6-3. Suddenly we were heading to a decider, one that promised fireworks. Final set drama? Power meets patience. Both players dug deep as the match crossed the 2-hour mark. Rybakina's serve returned to lethal form, but Pegula refused to back down, chasing every ball, varying pace and spin to disrupt the Kazakh's rhythm. At 4-4, came the moment that would define the match. Rybakina faced break point after a stunning 20-shot rally, where Pegula sent her scrambling corner to corner. On the next point, Rybakina unleashed a forehand winner so pure it silenced even her own box. 2 points later she held, then broke Pegula in the next game with a rocket return winner. When she served for the match at 6-5, she closed it out with her 11th ace. Final score, 7-6-4, 3-6, 7-5. The handshake at the net was one of mutual respect. Pegula had played some of her finest tennis, but Rybakina's calm aggression had triumphed. Her expression didn't change much, just a clenched fist and a rare smile toward her box. She was through to the final, yet again proving that under pressure she transforms into something unstoppable. Match 2. Coco Gauff vs Aryna Sabalenka, fire versus fire. If Rybakina and Pegula gave us a masterclass in precision, Gauff and Sabalenka gave us pure, explosive theater. Opening power surge. The energy before this match felt different, almost combustible. Sabalenka, the defending champion, was out to prove she remained the alpha. Gauff, the new generation superstar, had other ideas. The atmosphere was electric, with fans waving flags, chanting names and anticipating a war of wills. From the opening game, Sabalenka came out swinging. Her serves cracked like thunder, her forehand winners echoing through the arena. Gauff, however, absorbed the onslaught with astonishing speed and defense. Sprinting, sliding, retrieving. Her ability to turn defense into offense was jaw-dropping. At 3-3, a marathon game unfolded. 12 minutes of chaos, 3 breakpoints saved, 2 challenges overturned and countless gasps from the crowd. Gauff finally broke through, converting on a missed Sabalenka forehand. That single break was enough. She held to take the first set 6-4. The crowd roared, not just for Gauff's brilliance, but for the sheer audacity of her composure against a reigning champion. Sabalenka's roar. But you don't keep Aryna Sabalenka down for long. Between sets, she walked to her chair, took a deep breath and muttered to herself. The switch flipped. In the second set she was an entirely different beast. Her serves hit 128 miles per hour. Her returns came earlier, harder, cleaner. The roar returned. The fist pumps multiplied. She raced to a 4-0 lead before Gauff even had time to recalibrate. Sabalenka's aggression overwhelmed the Americans' defense, and within 33 minutes she leveled the match 6-2. The stage was set for a deciding set that would test not just skill, but heart.